if these days you don't know about the Gaza situation, you're not paying attention, and I know everybody is. Whether we want it or not, I think it's constantly in the news. What I want to do here, and hopefully you've gotten a trend of what I do all the time, which is a little bit of education in areas that I know, in areas that I understand. I don't talk about things I don't know about. I don't have opinions about things I don't know about, because I think that's just a waste of people's time. Gaza, I'm just going to give you a historical perspective. No editorial, no opinions. Historical perspective. Let's start right after World War I. And at some other time we can go deeper into history, but for now let's just say after World War I. That whole region was under the Ottoman Empire. And the Ottoman Empire was the colonizer of these regions. The whole Middle East, the whole Levant, if you want. And back then, the way the Ottoman Turks ran it, they had provinces. They have different words. There's a different word, milaya, but anyway, let's just say it's province. And Gaza was part of the province that was back then called Palestine, and it was next to Lebanon, and there was Greater Syria, but again, the names were not that important because they were all under Greater Syria or the Levant. So that's the end of World War I. Now, that region, especially the Gaza region, is under English mandate. World War II happens, it continues to be under English mandate. But of course, after the end of World War II, 1948, the State of Israel is born. And at that point, Gaza was part of Egypt. And because the Sinai, geographically, the Sinai comes all the way, and so Gaza was part of Egypt. And since Egypt and Israel, the newly born State of Israel, were at war, Gaza was kind of at the front line, if you like. After the 1967 war, which Israel won, Gaza became under Israel, and it was one of the places that they had won in the war. In 2005, the Israelis actually left Gaza and put it under the Palestinian Authority. And so it was Gaza and the West Bank were the two places that were under the Palestinian Authority. Governance is difficult. Governance is difficult in an environment that's already very, very complex. So there were lots of problems between the Palestinian Authority and a new group that had started called Hamas. And in Gaza, there was an election, and Hamas won. There was a little bit of conflict going on, but at the end of the day, Hamas won. So Hamas became the people that were actually running Gaza. Fast forward to today, it's been an enclave that was managed and run governance-wise by Hamas, with skirmishes against Israel off and on. And then, of course, October 7 came along, and now everybody knows about Gaza. So this is just educational. No, I don't have any opinions here. I'm thinking about it from the perspective of somebody who hears about things all the time, hears two very, very different versions of the story, and then people start digging into history and what's the name and what's not the name. This is just a simple, Gaza 101, if you like. And we'll discuss that a lot more. But for now, I hope that's enough information to understand how this particular area moved from one group that runs it to other groups that run it, to independence, to whatever happens next.